This is the tutorial video for Yellow Submarine for both parts. So for this piece, the notes that everybody is going to need are E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, and high D. So as a reminder, if I take the music here, this is what I'm looking at. E is going to be on the bottom line of the treble clef. So just there, that's an E right there. Okay, all of your Fs are gonna be sharp. G is on the second line. A is in the second space. B is on the third line. C is in the third space, and D is on the fourth line. In addition to that, part one, you're going to need a high E, which is in the top space of the treble clef, and part two, you're going to need low D, which sits just below the treble clef. So I'm going to start from the bottom up. So that low D that part two needs below the treble clef, find that here for you. There's an example right there at the bottom. That's that low D right there. So to play that, you're going to make sure your thumb's on the back of the recorder, left hand on top as always. I have my watch on my left hand, so I remember which one's my left. And so thumb, 1, 2, 3 on left, 1, 2, 3 on right. So I've got everything covered except that bottom hole there. We're not gonna cover that. And to play that, it's gonna sound like this. I'm using just a little bit of air pressure because I don't want to overblow. As you get into the lower notes, the easier it is to overblow. So you want to be careful of that. Don't use too much air pressure. The next note I'm going to show you is E. That sits on the bottom line of the treble clef. To do that, you're just going to lift up one finger from D. So I've got thumb, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That sounds like this. To play F sharp, I'm gonna go back like I'm playing a D and then lift up this finger. We always wanna use this fingering. The same fingers cover the same holes on recorder. Always, always. You don't slide down. Nope, don't do that because it'll make it harder to play the music. You wanna keep your fingers in the same place at all times. So F sharp in the bottom space of the treble clef sounds like this. And then G on the second line, first note we learned, or one of the first, because we also had A and B in those first couple of songs. A in the second space. B on the third line. C in the third space. And I still have my thumb down for all of these. Now for that D that's on the top line, I am going to lift my thumb off of the back. So no thumb, you don't need to swing it out like I am right now. I'm just showing you my thumb is not covering that back hole. D sounds like this. And then finally, the high E that part one needs, you're going to go just like you're playing a low E, except on the back, I have a little tiny bit of space there. And that allows me to go up to that higher E. And that is the highest note that you'll have to play for this piece. So we all have the same rhythm for the entire piece, and it's a little bit more, it looks more complicated than it is. If you have a chance to listen to this song, that'd be great. I'm also going to have videos of each part, both slower and up to tempo. So your rhythm is going to be, you're gonna count rests first. Okay, we've got these 3+ measures of rest here, where the piano is going to be playing. So we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then we start. And so your rhythm is going to be ta ta ta, ta 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 ta, ta 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 ta, ta ta ta. That's the whole first part, what we're going to call our verse. That is the rhythm for that whole first part with a couple of minor variations, but it pretty much does that. Excuse me. Then when we get to the refrain, the we all live in a yellow submarine part. It's going to be ta, 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 ta. And then we play that yellow submarine part again. So be sure to check out the individual videos for each part, the slow version first, then the fast version. As always, your first step is to make sure you can identify all of those notes, so make sure you can name your notes first. After you do that, you're gonna try and name your notes while doing the fingers. So for example, if I were, both parts are the same at the beginning, so B, C, D, B, A, G, B, C, D, B, A, B, G. It's a little harder to say them. So if you can say them, you definitely can play them. Once you can do all of that, once you can identify your notes and speak them in rhythm and do them with the fingers, then you're gonna try and play. All right, good luck.